Speaking from a European perspective, we historically have looked into America and saw NASCAR and saw open wheel Indy 500. But I think, as we all know now, there is a sort of changing shift in the tide, if you like. And the American Le Mans Series is the one that is rising, the cream's rising to the surface right now.
We promoted the Detroit Belle Isle Grand Prix in 2007. It was the first time that this type of race car had been really racing on the streets of Detroit. I would have to say the technology that was brought in by the American Le Mans Series, the professionalism of their officials, and the way they came in and just entered our track was terrific. I've been involved with many sanctioning bodies over time, and I would say they're at the top of their game. And we look forward to them coming back next year. They know what they want, and again, they were very professional in the way they serviced us as a track, and I think the event spoke for itself.
For us, particularly here at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, making the decision from a promotional basis to race into the darkness was huge for us. So this, I think, is our 4th year with that promotion, and we've seen our audience grow. We've seen the impact from this series really take a huge leap. We're excited now. It's, you know, we're on this growth pattern. My ticket sales actually for this event for race day are up by 34%. So I think that in itself tells you that we're on a great momentum.
We're blessed with the highest demographics of any racing series in America, and to an even more amazing extent, a higher demographic profile than Major League Sports and golf and all the rest. So it's the most affluent and influential fan base in the world, and so you can see why the major sponsors and the major manufacturers are here, because it's these individuals that they're after from their marketing and sales side.
American Le Mans has gained a lot of momentum over the last few years. They've got great venues that allow the crowds to get close to the cars and the people. They allow the crowds to understand and showcase the technology that we have. It's a great venue both in person and on television.
A lot of our customers have not really been involved with racing. When we bring them to these events, they get very excited about it, and now we've got a lot of repeat customers coming to us saying, hey, we'd really love to go to the next event. Can you bring us along? We're very pleased with the overall relationship. The relationship has been terrific. The ALMS team has been, outstanding as well. This is an opportunity to build in the U.S. a lot of brand recognition and to tie it into ALMS, who is also trying to really grow and build recognition as well. And Porsche and Penske very involved in that process. So we're all working together, I think, for a common mission, a common objective.
You look at the car corrals that we have out here this weekend. Corvette, Ferrari, Porsche, Mazda, these people relate their cars to what they're seeing happening on the track.
The audience that's here is the sports car audience. They're the audience that really knows and loves cars. As you know, Mazda is zoom zoom, and a lot of times we say always the soul of a sports car. So even though the audience here sometimes is a very high level audience, maybe a Porsche or a Ferrari owner, they recognize Mazda, and they also have a lot of influence over a lot of car purchases that aren't necessarily premium cars.
You know, the American Le Mans Series provides something that really no other series does, and that's the openness, and they truly do embrace that for the fans motto. People want to hear the cars warming up. They sit for 10 minutes until they come up to temperature. We draw a crowd just because it sounds so cool, and it's so awesome to feel that power while it's just warming up. Our Corvette people want to sniff the fumes.
You can't, in any other form of motorsport, have access to drivers and teams like you do in the American Le Mans Series. I mean, we're not hiding in our motorhomes. We're out, we're meeting fans, we're shaking hands, we're signing out autographs. The access of the fans to get into the paddock and visit with the drivers and the crews and get close to what are the coolest cars in the world. I mean, the technology, whether it be the Corvette or another manufacturer in a prototype, man, this is cutting edge stuff.
As race fans, we've been to a lot of tracks, and we're always getting up to that point where you can't go beyond the velvet rope. You can't go beyond the fence. Some of the meanest people in the world, I think, are the security guards at Daytona International Speedway. Well, they would never fit in an American Le Mans event. I mean, you have 175-mile-an-hour cars, you have world champion drivers, and the consumer is right there next to them. There's nothing else in any sport that compares to this. You can't do that at an NFL game, you can't do that at a baseball game, you can't do it in any other form of motorsport. I think that's what makes American Le Mans so popular and why it keeps growing and growing every year.
The fact that this series is on such an upswing and that there's so much enthusiasm about what we're doing is really encouraging to me. You see the new entrants coming in, the new manufacturers coming in, the new venues that we're going to, the increase in attendance. I mean, there is just great momentum, and you know, there's no place else we'd rather be.
These cars, I think, give a glimpse of tomorrow. Not today, but tomorrow. And they're utilizing technologies that today are at the leading edge of racing, but what's coming is what's even more exciting, because the American Le Mans rules allow the manufacturer and the competitor more freedom than any other series on the planet. And that's very, very attractive. And what it's going to do is, I believe it has all the potential. Again, the moons are kind of aligning with what's going on with other racing series, what's going on in the world as far as fuels and emissions and other challenges. I believe that all these things are aligning to make this series the series.
Fantastic. Absolutely. I don't know how it gets better right now. You know, this race today, I think, is the perfect culmination of what has been just a spectacular season. And I guess the challenge right now is to keep it going.